learners, welcome you all to SNEB'S Biology. So आज हम डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं प्रैक्टिस सेट 5. ओके, तो इस सेट में हमारा है 25 क्वेश्चंस विथ डिटेल्ड एक्सप्लेनेशन. ओके, सो डू लाइक, share and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed, and press the bell icon next to the subscription button to get all the notifications from us. Okay, so let's start. Question number 1. Mushrooms are option A, a variety of fungus, B, fleshy fruiting bodies of the fungus, C, grown in small shades or plots, D, all of the above. Okay, so yes, all the options A, B and C are correct. So answer will be option D. Now come to question number 2. Which one of the following is not correctly matched? A, tuberculosis, lungs, B, filaria, lymph nodes, C, encephalitis, heart, D, leukemia, blood cells. Okay, so encephalitis affects the brain, not the heart. So the incorrectly matched pair is option C. Now come to question number 3. Hepatitis is a general term for a disease that is caused by A, viruses, B, bacteria, C, parasites, D, all of the above. Okay, so hepatitis is caused by viruses. So answer will be option A. Now come to question number 4. Which of the following has the highest protein content per gram? A, groundnut, B, soybean, C, apple, D, wheat. Okay, so in groundnut the main source is fat. Okay, and the protein content is 22 to 30% of its total calories, whereas in soybean it has the highest protein content, and apple is the main source of vitamin C and wheat is the main source of carbohydrate. Okay, so यहाँ पे पूछा है highest protein content per gram, so answer will be option B, that is soybean. Now come to question number 5. Which one of the following is not correctly matched? A, hemoglobin skin, B, vitamin C scurvy, C, carbohydrate potato, D, fat butter. Okay, so deficiency of vitamin C causes scurvy, whereas butter and potato are good source of fat and carbohydrates, and hemoglobin is related with blood, not with skin. So the answer will be option A, that is hemoglobin skin. Now come to question number 6. In which part of the body digestion of protein starts? A, mouth, B, stomach, C, duodenum, D, intestine. Okay, so mechanical digestion of protein begins in the mouth and continues in the stomach and small intestine, whereas chemical digestion of proteins begins in the stomach and ends in the small intestine. तो यहाँ पे तो किस टाइप का डाइजेशन नहीं पूछा है, तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ डाइजेशन दिया हुआ है. सो आंसर विल बी योर ऑप्शन व्हाट? ऑप्शन बी, दैट इज स्टोमक. ओके, एंड अगर कार्बोहाइड्रेट या फैट पूछा होता सो आंसर विल बी योर माउथ. ओके, बिकॉज it starts from the mouth and most carbohydrate digestion occurs in the small intestine. Okay, now come to question number 7. Name the acid that is secreted in the stomach. A, HCl, B, H2SO4, C, H2CO3, D, HNO3. Okay, so answer will be option A, that is HCl, hydrochloric acid. It is secreted in the stomach. So here a question arises, what prevents gastric acid from damaging the stomach? Okay, so remember that goblet cells in the mucus secrete large quantities of protective mucus that line the mucosal surface. Basic electrolytes like your bicarbonates trapped inside the layer of mucus neutralize any hydrochloric acid that penetrates the mucus. Okay, so remember this, it's just for your knowledge. Okay, now come to question number 8. Name the coronavirus that kills human. A, AIDS, B, Fates, C, SARS, D, HIV. Okay, तो हम इनके एब्रिविएटेड फॉर्म दिए हुए हैं, तो इनका एब्रिविएशन हम देख लेते हैं क्या होगा उनका फुल फॉर्म. सो एड्स होता है एक्वायर्ड इम्यून डेफिशिएंसी सिंड्रोम, ओके. एंड फेड्स होता है फिलाइन एक्वायर्ड इम्यूनो डेफिशिएंसी सिंड्रोम. एंड सार्स होता है सीवियर एक्यूट रेस्पिरेटरी सिंड्रोम, ओके. एंड HIV होता है ह्यूमन इम्यूनो डेफिशिएंसी वायरस, ओके. सो सार्स इज द कोरोना वायरस आइडेंटिफाइड इन 2003, ओके. सो इसमें आंसर हो जाएगा हमारा ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज सार्स. नाउ कम टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. Which of the following hormones is a steroid? A. Estrogen, B. Glucagon, C. Insulin, D. Oxytocin. Okay, so glucagon is a peptide hormone which is secreted from the alpha cells of islets of Langerhans. Okay, and insulin is a protein hormone which is synthesized within the beta cells of the islets of Langerhans of the pancreas. Okay, and coming to oxytocin, it is a peptide hormone which is secreted by the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland. And estrogen it is secreted by ovary. It is a steroid hormone, and the steroid hormone is produced by 3 endocrine glands, that is testes which produce the testosterone, ovaries they produce estrogen, and adrenal cortex that produce the cortisol and what? Your aldosterone. Okay. So these hormones are derived from cholesterol and are lipid soluble molecules. तो इसमें पूछा है which hormone is steroid hormone? So answer will be option A, that is estrogen. Okay. Now come to question number 10. A yellow dust appears on the fingers whenever we touch the middle of a flower. These tiny yellow grains are one of the most precious substances in nature because they contain the secret of plant life. What is this dust called? A. Pollen, B. Sperm, C. Spore, D. Sporocyst. Okay, so the yellow powder is called the pollen and the stick that holds it is known as stamen. Okay, so answer will be option A, that is pollen. Okay, now come to question number 11. Which blood vessels have the smallest diameter? A. Capillaries, B. Arterioles, C. Venules, D. Lymphatic vessels. Okay, so blood is carried through the body by blood vessels, right, with the help of perfusion process. Capillary supplied blood to the tissues. The diameter of the capillary ranges from 5 to 10 micrometer, whereas the diameter of arterioles is approx 30 micrometer. Okay, so यहाँ पे हमारा आंसर है ऑप्शन A, that is capillaries. Okay, now come to question number 12. Fungi are plants that lack A. Oxygen, B. Carbon dioxide, C. Chlorophyll, D. None of these. Okay, we know that plants prepare their own food and are known as autotrophs, right? So with the help of photosynthesis, they make food in which they produce glucose from carbon dioxide and sunlight. And oxygen is released by plants, which is further used by humans and other animals. But fungi, they lack chlorophyll and do not engage in photosynthesis. So fungi are plants that lack chlorophyll. Answer will be option C. Now come to question number 13. Which of the following is a large blood vessel that carries blood away from the heart? यहाँ पे दिया है away from heart. Okay. So option है vein, B. artery, C. capillary, D. nerve. Okay. So the pulmonary artery that carries blood from the right side of the heart to the lungs to pick up fresh supply of oxygen. So answer will be option B, that is artery. Okay. Now come to question number 14. Branch of science which is used in test of breast cancer. A. Mycology, B. Mammography, C. Microbiology, C. Morphology. Okay, so mycology is the study of fungi, whereas microbiology is the study of microbes. Morphology is the study of plant structure, and mammography is used for the study of breast cancer. Okay, so answer will be option B, that is mammography. Now come to question number 15. Which is the chief nitrogenous waste in humans? A. Urea, B. Ammonia. C. Uric acid. D. Ammonium nitrate. Okay, so mammals like humans, they excrete urea, while birds, reptiles and some terrestrial vertebrates, they produce uric acid from ammonia. Okay, so humans का पूछा है, so answer will be option A, that is urea. Now come to question number 16. Plant development is influenced by A. Quality of light. B. Quality and quantity of light. C. Quality and duration of light. D. Quality, quantity and duration of light. Okay, so all are important, that is quality, quantity as well as duration. Okay, so answer will be option D. Right. Now come to question number 17. Mark the process which does not involve in histone modification. A. Acetylation. B. Methylation. C. Porphyrylation. D. Dehydration. Okay, so there are some chemical modifications and structural changes that take place in the histones during replication and transcription. Okay, and it is called histone modification. Okay, so जब histone modification होता है तो dehydration process नहीं होता है. Okay, so answer will be option D, that is dehydration. Now, okay, now come to question number 18. BCG immunization is for A. Measles. B. Tuberculosis. C. Diphtheria. D. Leprosy. So याद रखना, BCG immunization is for tuberculosis, option B. Now come to question number 19. The toxicity of which of the heavy metals leads to liver cirrhosis? Okay, so option है A. Copper. B. Lead. C. Mercury. D. Zinc. So liver cirrhosis is caused by the toxicity of copper. Okay, so answer will be option A. Now come to question number 20. Pollination is best defined as A. Transfer of pollen from another flower to stigma. B. Germination of pollen grains. C. Growth of pollen tube in ovule. D. Visiting flowers by insects. Okay, so pollination is the transfer of pollen from another flower to the stigma of a flower. Okay, so answer will be option A. Now come to question number 21. Which of the following pollutants, which pollutant may lead to black foot disease? A. Cadmium. B. Mercury. C. Arsenic. D. Copper. Okay, so the answer will be option what? C, that is arsenic. It leads to black foot disease. Okay, now come to question number 22. Leprosy bacillus was invented by A. Koch. B. Hansen. C. Fleming. D. Harvey. Okay, so leprosy bacillus was invented by Hansen. Remember this. Okay, now come to question number 23. Which tissue of plant conducts food to its body? A. Xylem. B. Phloem. C. Parenchyma. D. Sclerids. Okay, so food is conducted by phloem, whereas water is conducted through xylem. So answer will be option B, that is phloem. Now come to question number 24. If the radius of blood vessels of a person decreases, his or her blood pressure will A. Decrease. B. Increase. C. Remains same. D. Become 0. Okay, so अब मैं जो बोलने जा रही हूँ वो याद रखना. Okay, so portal vascular resistance, it is inversely proportional to the fourth power of the blood radius. Okay, तो क्या होगा? If the vessel radius is small, then it will cause large increase in the portal vascular resistance, and therefore the portal blood pressure will ultimately increase. Okay, so यहाँ पे दिया है कि रेडियस ऑफ ब्लड वेसल अगर डिक्रीज हो रहा है, देन ब्लड प्रेशर क्या होगा? इट विल इंक्रीज. ओके, सो आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन बी. नाउ कम टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 25. नेम द पार्ट ऑफ द क्रोमोसोम वेयर टी लूप इज फाउंड. ए. टेलोमियर. बी. सेंट्रोमियर. सी. एक्रोमियर. डी. टेट्राप्लेक्स. ओके, so T loop is found at the end of chromosome, that is at the telomeric region. Okay, so and it is responsible for the stability of the chromosomal ends. Okay, so answer will be option A, that is telomere. Okay. So this is all about your practice set 5. The next practice set of the competitive exam series will be discussed by your Elena ma'am. Till then, stay tuned with us. Do like, share our videos as many as possible. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to the subscription button to get all the notifications from us. अगर आपको इसमें कुछ doubt है, then you can ask me questions through the comment section. Thank you.